Hello again, it's Cherise Marie, your Pinterest princess. I am here, not live in your feed. I'm so used to Facebook where I'm live in everybody's feed all the time. My apologies. Okay, however, I'm very, very excited. I'm so excited. I'm bouncing things. So excited. We are going to dive into doing an audit on someone's account, on their Pinterest account, and give them some really fantastic tips for how to amp up their Pinterest reach, how to amp up their account so that they have fantastic reach that really gets them the results that they're looking for. So let's dive in, shall we? Okay, so we are looking at the What She Seeks travel and photography blog account. And she has a fairly robust Pinterest account, which is nice. So let's have a peek at it, shall we? Here on her homepage, which not a lot of people see that, but some do. She says, I'm Lisa, a wanderlust blogger sharing adventures, fun stories, amazing photography, and inspiration for your next travel vacation. Subscribe to my blog. Okay. I would love to see the link in here, and if you could make it more about them than about you. So less talking about how you are sharing adventures and fun stories and photography, and more about how you can help them plan their next travel vacation through your blog posts, okay? Or inspire them into booking their next vacation because they saw something fantastic that you do. I do really love this niche. I would honestly go and take a look at what some of the top performing pins in your category, what they are using as their blurbs, and model that. Never copy, but model that, and so that you are using as many of your keywords in there as possible. That is always a good thing. But you also always want to make sure that you have the link to take the action that you are wanting them to take. So that is your free thing. Subscribe to my blog is maybe not as powerful as it could be, and I just noticed there's a spelling mistake there. I would rather offer to lead with value. So give them a free thing of some kind. So maybe it is subscribe to my blog or subscribe to get X. Maybe it is a how to pack for traveling. Maybe it is a how to take good photos when you're traveling, something, okay? Best camera, something that you're offering them as a exchange for them to subscribe to your list, because it is tough to just ask them to subscribe without giving them a reason. People don't want to give you their email address. That is currency. You have to offer them something of value in exchange. So next, let's look at your boards. So if we look at your boards, you have 71 boards, which is a lot. I'm not going to lie, it's a lot. It's a robust account, like I said, and you all have sections in all of them. It's a lot for someone who wants to subscribe to take in, and they're like, wow, this many boards, am I going to get inundated and this is all I'm going to see on my Pinterest feed? I don't know if I want to do that. I get where you're going with sectioning things out. I probably wouldn't have sectioned it out quite so much, just because you want to make sure that it just feels more inviting and less overwhelming. But the pictures themselves are beautiful. One thing that I will say is with travel and photography, in most cases, for most coaches, products, that kind of thing, I do recommend that you pick a board cover that you create a specific board cover that is the square shape and that has, the title in it and maybe some keywords. But in this case, I wouldn't necessarily do that because it is photography, and photography, if you look in Pinterest at other photography sites, the really successful ones with millions and millions of monthly views, they don't necessarily brand all of their boards in the same way that other people do. So this is fine. Now, if I click into, for example, the What She Seeks blog board, there is a description here, which is good. And she does have the description address or the subscribe address. Again, I would prefer that you lead with value and tell them why they should subscribe to your blog. Give them something that is tangible and free that first transaction so that they feel like they're getting a good value in return for giving up a little sliver of their privacy. And this description, it does seem like it is fairly well keyword stuffed, which is nice. One thing I will say is you don't actually need hashtags in your description on your board. They don't do anything, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. But they do give you, or the description does give you lots of keywords which you would be working for: beautiful destinations, travel inspiration, travel photography, travel memories, creative stories, wanderlust, magical places. It's great. Great outdoors, awesome. All of it is really well done. Thumbs up. So there's just a few little tweaks in there and then it'll be perfect. Now you do have all of these little subsections, which they can work quite well. And they do separate things out, which is nice. This latest news should probably have more pins in it. It should probably be, quite honestly, where you put new pins first. Should all go to the latest news and then into other places, but we'll get to that. So then if we look at, for example, this pin right here, beginner blogs, the first 3 months. If I click on that pin, the first thing I'm going to say is some of this text gets lost with the background. Either doing a filter or doing a second duplicate of the text in a darker color that's either slightly offset or slightly bigger so that it gives it a little more visual punch would have helped this graphic immensely. However, I'm also not entirely sure what this is about. Let me see if the blog title or the pin title or the pin description gives me a little more information. My new blog, what I've learned in the first 3 months of travel blogging. Okay, I probably would remove this my new blog. They don't need to know that. It's extra things unless you are specifically trying to target new bloggers. I probably wouldn't pull that. I wouldn't put that in there. Are you setting up a new blog? Learn about what it's like to set up a new travel photography blog, learning SEO for blogs, Pinterest strategy, branding a website, and other creative ideas to become a successful blogger. The first 3 months of blog life. Okay, that is a great example for all of you of what good keywords look like. Fantastically well done. And it tells people what they're going to get. Learn what it's like to set up a new travel photography blog, figuring out SEO, Pinterest strategies, brandings, and other ideas that they might want. Fantastic. Blogging for travel blogs and photography blogs for your hashtags. I'm not as crazy about them. And here's why. You should have one of your hashtags should be your brand hashtag. So when people seek or look for what she seeks, they can hashtag what she seeks, and it will pull up all of your branded pins. Now, I don't know if you're doing that on Instagram already. I hope that you are. If you're not, you need to find a hashtag that is going to be unique to you. I would imagine what she seeks is fairly unique, so no one else is probably using it as a hashtag on Instagram, and probably not on Pinterest as well. And then you can use that across all of your brands, across all of your social media platforms, and that will give you kind of brand recognition. You could also, I like that you've got the website here, you could replace that on certain things with your hashtag. For example, for myself, I have sherissepins.com, and I also use, specifically for my YouTube channel, hashtag sherissepins. And I use that as my brand hashtag for everything. Nobody else uses sherissepins, so that makes it unique to me. So when people look for sherissepins, they're going to find me. As well, blogging, travel blogs, and photography blogs feel a little bit, I'm going to say it, they feel a little bit generic. And I'm not 100% convinced that you are pulling in the people that you're looking for with this pin. This pin is about beginning bloggers. This pin is about how to start a blog, how to set up a blog, how to set up a photography blog, how to set up a travel blog, and all of the SEO and the Pinterest strategy and branding. All of those things should be included in your hashtags. So a little bit of work, not a lot, but a little bit. A little minor tweak, and you could probably really make this go even bigger and bolder. And now let's just double check that the pin actually takes us to something that delivers the promise that you have teased them with. My new blog, what I've learned in the first 3 months of travel blogging. Now here, I'm not necessarily an expert in blogging, but here's where you could say my new blog. And that would make sense, because that then would, on Google, people who are looking for new blog or how to set up a new blog could potentially learn how to do that from this. Lessons, yeah, that works. Absolutely. Works. Brand identity, websites, Pinterest strategy is absolutely crucial. SEO, absolutely. And there are a few more things which are about mindset, which is fantastic. I love it. I love it. And what do they do when they can't travel? Yes, absolutely. Love it. Okay, so I feel like your pin is not misleading in any way, shape, or form. Good job. You find that a lot, actually. Okay, so that is what I have to say about that. I hope this has been helpful for people. I hope that this kind of opened your eyes to the possibilities of how you can go from 600 followers, and let me just go back to you. 136,000 monthly views, not too shabby, but I hope that that helps you see that you can go from that 136,000 to 1 million fairly easily, just with a couple of really simple tweaks to the pins themselves, to the hashtags, and making sure that your headlines and your pin descriptions absolutely nail the search results that you're looking for, and that you've done a little bit of keyword research and hashtag research to really make sure that you are giving Pinterest as much information as humanly possible so that you can absolutely crush it because Pinterest knows exactly who to send you to or who to send your pins to so that they will subscribe, become a follower, so that they will do the things, okay? One final piece of advice for everyone, just because it absolutely helps to really hone in on what you are trying to achieve. And I did see this here. Use multiple pins all pointed to the same thing. You can use different graphics, different headlines, different descriptions, and you can pin pins to multiple boards. You can pin pins. If you go slowly enough with the pinning, you can pin your pin. You could pin one pin to all 75 of those boards. I think it was 75, all 75 of those boards. But you just have to go a little bit slower than you maybe think, just to make sure that you're not being flagged as spam at any point, which is a real concern when you're talking about Pinterest. I hope this was helpful for everyone. If you would like me to do a review of your Pinterest account, I would love to. Hit me up in the description below with your Pinterest username, and I will reach out and we can have a quick chat to see if that makes sense for you. And I promise I don't send these out. I don't post these until after I get approval. Okay, so have a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.